Okay, so some intuition behind radicals. So last video it was how radicals work, and we said the square root of something, let's say a, times the square root of something, say b, equals the square root of ab, right? That's always true. But we said addition and subtraction didn't work, so subtract square root of a plus square root of b does not equal square root of a plus b. Now, the intuition behind this is, let's actually use a real example. So let's undo all this, so that we can get rid of it. Okay, so let's say you have the square root of 9 times the square root of 4. Now we know this is going to be equal to the square root of 36. But why? Okay, why? Why are you allowed to multiply and not subtract or add? Well, let's see. So the taking the square root of 9 is basically saying you're taking 9 and you're basically just dividing it by 3, right? You're dividing it by whatever the square root is, right? Now, for 4, you're dividing it by 2. So you're dividing it by some number, okay? You're multiplying this. Okay? Now, we're basically saying that's equal to 36 divided by the square root of 36, which is 6, we know, divided by 6. Okay? Now let's try addition. The square root of 9 plus the square root of 4 does not equal the square root of 13. That's just adding them under the radical. So we're saying 9 divided by 3 plus 4 divided by 2 does not equal 13 divided by the square root of 13. Now, we can clearly see over here, right, that when we're dividing this number by this number by 2, right, 2 times 3, what's that? 6, right? So we're just moving all of the division onto one side, and we're multiplying these, okay? So it makes sense, right, how you're dividing and then you're multiplying. The division can be put together, but when you're adding, you cannot say that the division can be added together, right? You can't add division together, but can you multiply division? Well, let's try that. Let's just erase some of this. Let's erase just this bottom bit, so we know. Oh, new background. But so we know. Actually, let's just make a new page. Okay. So we know that the square root of 9, okay, times the square root of 4 equals the square root of 36. Okay? Now that's basically saying 9 divided by 3 times 4 divided by 2 equals 36 divided by 6. Okay? Now what else is this known as? This could be 9 times 1 over 3, right? This could be, and then you're multiplying it by 4 times 1/2. Okay? This is equal to 36 times 1/6. Okay? Now, this can also be rewritten as 9 times 4 times 1/3 times 1/2. Now, if we put these two together and these two together, it's going to be 1 over 6 times 36. What do you know? It does equal this, okay? So that makes sense because division is basically multiplication. And radicals are basically multiplication, so they can be rewritten and put together. And that's why you're allowed to use radicals for multiplication and division, but not addition and subtraction. So again, when you're multiplying two radicals together, that's basically like multiplying two division statements together. And when you're multiplying these two division statements together, that's basically multiplying two multiplication statements together. And that can be simplified to one thing, just like we simplified the radicals to that square root. Now, just to prove that addition doesn't work, right? We could say the square root of 9 plus the square root of 4 does not equal the square root of 13, sorry. Doesn't. So we're basically saying 9 divided by 3 plus 4 divided by 2 doesn't equal the square root of 13. This is because this is basically like saying 9 times 1 over 3 plus 4 times 1 over 2 does not equal 13 divided by the square root of 13. We don't know what the square root of 13 is, but it's the same sort of thing. Or we could say actually multiplied. Okay, this is a multiplication symbol. Multiplied by 1 over that. Okay, that does not work. Because you cannot say 1 over 3 and 1 over 2, and you cannot put them together because these are two different terms. Okay, so that's it on our intuition for rules for combining radicals. So again, multiplication, division is okay because radicals are essentially just a division statement, and addition and subtraction is not okay because you cannot combine division across terms. Thank you.